being told we're being too bossy or too much just for stating an opinion that, you know, any other man in the room might say. Body image, I think that's a huge one. I feel like we almost put that stereotype on ourselves where we're taught to compete with each other and compare each other with our bodies and our faces. When we don't conform to that, we feel like we're not good enough. I think gender stereotypes in the workplace are really harmful. When a man is the boss or doing really well in the workplace, he is deemed as the man, but when a woman does it, she might be seen as bossy or overpowering or too demanding. Diana Ross, I was a huge fan of. She really sort of inspired me to be a musician. The Spice Girls, of course, because to me at such a young age they really embodied the message of female empowerment and being true to who you are. And then finally I would say my lovely mum. I would see firsthand how hard she would work every day, and she's probably the most inspirational woman that I know. Was the feeling of being intimidated, I guess, by men, especially if you're starting at a very young age. You know, it's a very male-led industry, and I think in the beginning we struggled with having the confidence to voice our opinion and feel like we were being taken seriously enough, or like our opinions were as valid. We were told a lot back then, maybe not so much now, that how you looked really affected your success, which is quite a strange thing to think when really what you're trying to sell is your voice and the music that you create and not how you necessarily look. I think in the very beginning I was sort of positioned to look as white as possible. I think where I kind of had the privilege of being white passing, that was really sort of pushed on me, where I was encouraged to always blow dry my hair. In magazine shoots I would always see my photos edited so that my features appeared whiter, my skin was lighter. I was really conditioned to feel like being as white as possible meant being more successful and more beautiful, which is really sad because it's literally taken me nearly 10 years to embrace my natural beauty again and appreciate that my natural curls and who I am is amazing, and I need to be proud of that. And that wasn't helped by the fact that being of Arabic heritage, there was literally zero representation for me to look at as a role model in, you know, especially in the UK entertainment industry. So I've learned now that maybe should be my job to be that person. So hopefully, you know, the next young talent that comes through that are Middle Eastern can see someone embracing the natural beauty and know that that's okay to do that too. 3 women I think you need to watch out for this year are Michaela Cole, already an insane writer and actress who had a huge moment last year with I May Destroy You, and rightly so. If you haven't seen it, get into it. The show is incredible and really challenged, again, the stereotypes for women. I think a lot of it resonated with so many people. You know, she definitely tackled sexuality in ways that have never been told before, and sexual violence. My second woman would be Rina Sawayama, who is an incredible pop musician who's literally changing the game this year by changing the rules for the Brit Awards and the Mercury Prize. So that alone tells you just how badass this woman is, and her music is great. And my third woman that I think you guys need to watch out for is Camille, who is a singer-songwriter. We've worked with her for years and years, has literally been like our 5th hidden member, and is, you know, releasing more and more of her own music. And I think it's remarkable really that she is literally probably one of the biggest female songwriters in the UK right now, and has done it through lots of hard work. Over the years I've seen how hard she's pushed forward as a black woman in the music industry, and here she is shining more and more, and you need to get into it. Body Posy Panda, she really promotes body positivity, being unapologetically yourself, which we really need to see. Secondly, I would say Lauren Haregi, who is an incredible musician, used to be in Fifth Harmony, is now an incredible artist in her own right. And I feel like she's the perfect example of someone who creates good music, but also, you know, really promotes her political views. She stands up on social issues. you know, she doesn't stay quiet about things. And lastly, I would say to just get following Zoe Kravitz, because she's just everything. I love her. I love her fashion. I love her style. I love her personality. She's intelligent. I'm a bit of a super fan. And you should be too. I am going to show you my lovely, jubbly, creative space. Here I have my marvellous bookshelf, which is full of all types of books, fiction, lots of poetry, because I love poetry and it really helps inspire me with like songwriting. Here's a lovely little picture of me and Lily. During lockdown, I've fallen in love again with painting and things that I wouldn't have usually had time to do before, and I'm hoping to maintain that. Got a lovely little plant here, give us some luscious vibes, good energy. Got some crystals, got my little mic set up and my keyboard for songwriting, and this is just my lovely desk where it all happens. That's a little insight into the Jade workspace. The best thing about being a woman in the entertainment industry, I would say, is creating and writing music that helps influence and inspire young women to feel empowered and be whoever they want to be. I feel like women maybe have more of a say now in how they are branded. You know, if we're sexualised now, it's more down to us and because we want to feel empowered in doing it. It's not because we're being told to. For Little Mix, I feel like we came from an era where it was still quite old-fashioned. We were just on the end of that, where you get signed to a label and you just sign whatever because you're young and you don't really know what it's all about, and you're sort of dictated by these big labels who can tell you exactly what they want out of your music and what they want you to do. And I feel like now with all these new music platforms, anyone can be an artist. You don't need to be tied down. So I feel like there's a bit more freedom now for female artists to truly write stuff that they believe in and not be stopped in the process. My first job in entertainment, well, I was an usher in a theatre once, so I don't know if that counts, selling ice creams. When I tell you the fear of trying to work out the change to give back to people, oh, getting hot just thinking about it. And then I just used to gig around the North East in pubs, restaurants, old people's homes, you name it, I've sang at it. A career highlight for me would absolutely be the Brit Awards, especially the first time that we won the Brit. It was really like monumental for us and for our career, because I do really feel like Little Mix have always sort of been the dark horse in the industry. Even right from the X Factor days, nobody expected a girl band to win the show. Nobody expected a girl band to last very long. I feel like we just kept on pushing and had so much ambition, and the more people doubted us, the more we wanted to prove them wrong. And so when it came to Brit Awards, I feel like we found it quite hard to be seen as credible artists, who were taken seriously. When we performed at the Brits, I think we sang Shout Out to My Ex, and we won our first Brit Award for that single. It really meant so much to us to be recognised as credible, legit female pop artists. And I just feel like it was about time. It was about time! That happened for us. And I will say, actually, while we're on the subject of the Brit Awards, I don't think a girl group has ever won the group category. While we're here talking about inequality, maybe that's a bit of food for thought. One of my favourite female-led movies of all time has to be the iconic Bridesmaids. Honestly, can't count how many times I've seen this movie. I feel like I know the script off by heart now. So many iconic scenes. I feel like at the time we had all the like really male-led ones like The Hangover and Step Brothers, and yeah, all these male-led movies, comedies especially. So when Bridesmaids came out, I feel like every woman was like, oh, finally, a female-led comedy movie that is so relatable, so hilarious, so well written. Yeah, it was about time, I think. It sort of created a sort of snowball effect of more female-led comedy movies coming out and comedy TV shows. So I feel like it was really influential for women in the industry. One of my favourite TV characters, who I think changed the narrative, would have to be Fleabag, one of my favourite TV shows and TV characters ever, written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is an incredible writer, so funny, so relatable. I love that she would like look at the camera as if we were like all in on the joke with her. And yeah, I feel like we don't get to see many female characters like that in TV. I think would have to be in Handmaid's Tale. There's a scene where all the women sort of come together to help get all the children to safety, and it's a really emotional, like, poignant moment in the show where it kind of shows that when women stick together, even when they've been through hell, they can make a change. One of my favourite movies growing up has to be Bend It Like Beckham, because I think as a young girl I was really sporty, I was a bit of a tomboy, and yeah, I just was obsessed with it. One of my favourite movies.